everybody, it's Becky Singleton, and you're on Happy, Healthy, and Fit today. I'm going to talk about how you cut a cord. You know, the things that happen that need to go. We're going to talk about that today here on Happy, Healthy, and Fit.
Can you show me the way? Can you show me the way? Can you show me, baby, can you show me the way? Can you show me the way? Can you show me the way? Can you show me, baby, can you show me the way?
Hi everybody, I'm Becky Singleton, and you're on Happy, Healthy, and Fit today. If this is your first time meeting me, welcome. And if you've come back to the channel, thank you. I'm going to ask that you like, subscribe, and share. That really does help the channel, and I thank you very much. We're going to talk about a few things, but they're all kind of going to melt together. I recently was listening to Diane Carroll and her story on Masterclass. So Oprah Winfrey has Masterclass episodes, and I was reviewing that. So Diane Carroll was just a very important role model for me when I was growing up. She was the first African American woman that I looked at and saw that was a professional. She was a mom in the series. I think she was a widow or divorced. I can't remember how they labeled her as her character, but she was always impressive to me, and I always watched how elegant she was and beautiful, how she carried herself. And I often think of her when I think of how I want to portray myself. And it really helped me as I grew into being my own self as a woman. So I was a little surprised when she shared she'd been married 4 times, and she had shared on this masterclass how she was abandoned at 3 or 4 years old. Her parents left her with her aunt in North Carolina and went to New York to spend some time with just each other without a child. And I don't know all the particulars around that. She didn't go into that. But that abandonness, she went to bed, she said goodbye to them, and she didn't see them again. And it really haunted her. And she had severe resentment about that. And she had a hard time being alone. She had a hard time not being in a relationship with a man. And she said when she was older, much older, that it was the first time she was ever alone. And I remember when I was alone for the first time after my divorce, with no relationship, wasn't dating, it was, a little daunting because I had gone from, being married to divorce. And when I got married the second time, the second husband, we had been dating. So there was no break. I wasn't single. And I realized that that's an important thing to do when you're in between relationships, to have some time for yourself. So I could relate to that when she was saying that. But the thing that really struck me about her story was that she held on to that story and would repeat that story over and over and over. What happened to her? And she was late 50s, she said, before someone said to her, "When are you going to stop telling that story?" And it was powerful because I know I've been through a lot of personal tragedies, things that happened to me that most people probably would never have made it out of. And I remember the day I stopped telling those stories. I share them from time to time with people I absolutely trust, but I don't really talk about my story very often. I've had different experiences that were really great. But there's a freeingness about not telling that story. And like I said, I only tell that to people I feel I could trust. And so, I thought about her and how she carried it on for most of her life. She just carried this resentment, and it was like an attachment to her. And she needed to cut that cord because it wasn't who she was anymore. And oftentimes we carry attachments like they're a badge of honor. Like, I just got to stick this out because I have to. No, you don't. No, you don't. If something has happened to you, or you experience a relationship that is not good, or a situation that's not good, we tend to gravitate to staying in those situations because it feels familiar and you're not sure what it's going to be like on the other side. I'm going to go back to when I told you I got divorced and I had that time. I didn't know, would I ever meet anybody again? Would I ever have an opportunity to, be happy? And then I asked myself, was I happy in this marriage? Everything started to come up. And because we're afraid of the unknown, we stick to things that we know that aren't good. And that's not good, because what I realized was everything after that was so much better. So many opportunities, so many special things that happened to me and for me because I let that go. I cut that cord. You have to remember, you've got to release things and heal yourself. So when you heal yourself, you're actually healing the world. What do I mean by that? Gandhi or Dalai Lama, one of the two, they talked about be the change you want to see. Be the change. So when you do better with yourself, you bleed that out to the world. So a lot of the work that I have done for my personal self has helped other people, people that know me, people that especially knew what I've been through, and they kind of see me and go, wow, I can't believe you've overcome all of that. And you can overcome it, and you don't need to think that you're not going to ever get something special again, because you will. The great stories and people that are happy because they choose to be happy. You can be happy too, and yes, it can happen for you too. There is someone wonderful out there for you. There's an opportunity that's been waiting for you to let something else go. The universe will never reward you with the great thing for you if you leave and hang on to something that isn't good, that you're just holding on to dear life. When you're holding on to dear life to something that was awful, it's never going to give you the great thing that it wants to give you. So you've got to cut the cord. You got to let it go and trust that everything's going to work out for you. So I want to share that story. I just was so touched by Diane Carroll and saddened a little bit that it took her a long time to learn her lesson around being alone and letting go of resentment and cutting that cord. And I'm happy that she did it. I'm just sad it took so long. Don't let it take that long for you, okay? So make sure you clean house. We're coming into the end of our year. I always encourage people to, you've got to do some internal house cleaning with your mind, body, soul. Do it. Get ready for that new year. Do the right thing for yourself. And find a way that you're going to do something even more grandiose for yourself, a great thing that makes you happy. Go on a new route somewhere and do something different, because there's so much great stuff that's waiting for you. But you got to let the old stuff go. So I hope that helped you today. Thank you for joining the channel. I'm Becky Singleton, and I'm just like you.
Can you show me the way? Can you show me the way? Can you show me, baby, can you show me the way?